All right. Hello, hello. There we go. Greetings and salutations. Hello, hello. It is time for some D&D. Are you ready? I am ready. They are, I think, ready. So I'm gonna get them ready to go. I know we're starting 10 minutes late, but I want to get this started because some people actually are giving up sleep to play. So we're gonna get this going. All right. Hello, hello. Starting in a sec. Hey. All right. So who can recall what happened last time?
Well, I believe it was Gumdra was asking Veldrin if he was magical, and Veldrin was like, "Yeah, I'm magical. I'm a druid." And Gumdra was like, "Well, I've never seen you cast a spell." So Veldrin, deciding to be mean, casts darkness, which then shocks Bessie the goat, and she bolts, tossing everyone but Zed out of the wagon as it turns over, and she continues to run. And then Viltrin gets help from Temporalis. He throws him in front of Bessie. Veldrin is able to dodge out of the way and not get run over and killed. Um, there's some attempts to calm her down. I know Sorry and Zed. Zed was trying to pull the reins of the cart to stop her, and Sorry was doing something, but I can't quite remember. But Veldrin is able to grapple the goat and uses speak with animals to calm her down, and she does. And then Marlin is assessing the damage. We're gonna need to do a lot of work to repair this thing, being the wagon. And Sari and Gumdra go up ahead and encounter some dead things, which I had to leave before that battle concluded. And Veldrin had located the nearest tree that could be used to repair the wagon.
I don't have
And that's
Opal's
what I
thing. I
remember.
didn't even know Opal was gonna be here tonight. Last minute things happen.
I remember everybody getting thrown off the wagon except for Zed, who was stuck in the inside sideways as it was dragged behind the goat.
And didn't we? Maybe I'm confusing with a different week. Didn't we come upon some sort of like graven image in the rock or in the mountain, or was that a different time?
Nope, we did. It was
See,
like
I
a sign
left.
of where. No, this is before you left. This was when we first entered this part of the cave area. Remember, there's like the imprint of a giant's hand, kind of like against the mountain cliff, kind of thing, and it had
Oh,
blood on it.
Oh,
it was bloody.
I wasn't
Yeah.
here for that. I think I was
It was before
away
the crash,
doing. I think I was doing laundry.
maybe.
And then we wended our way in through these kind of the narrow pathways. Oh, we're getting deeper into the mountains here. And then there was what, like a pile of corpses or some sort of bones or remains that you guys investigated, and that's how the fight started, I think.
Yep, and there was no disadvantage on Sari's, armor like Clankin for stealth, right? Because she had decided to put her leather armor on. Unfortunately, that meant it was like 11 plus 1 armor, right? Whereas usually she has an armor that's much, much higher. So she wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, as a leather armor user, I know that I've got those blues myself.
I have an AC of 13.
Yeah, I was about to say, like,
Like 11.
It's crazy. It's
Oh my
crazy out
god.
here.
Oh. An AC of what?
13.
I don't.
I think Kozik said
I still
11.
refuse to believe it.
Yeah, I'm basically wearing like a motorcycle jacket, and that's it. Like I'm just wearing clothes, basically.
Oh my god, homie. What is your
Wow.
stat?
Yara,
Wait a second. It's because of your dexterity. You don't
I'm
have any
happy.
bonuses to it.
I am happy I've that I'm back, because did we lose a tank when Opal disappeared?
Yes.
Huh.
It's okay though. You guys all had a Niavara, and she works just as good. Jokes aside.
I think Zed has a good AC.
Rogues often do. All right, if that is all people can recall. Give him a moment. Okay.
There was a big giant thing, right, that Zed was scared of. And he kept checking for traps and stuff, or tracks rather. And he's like, something big is here. And he's a little sizist, so he's scared and distrusts anything that's probably above like 10 feet, right? That was before we came in and saw those smashing in the blood. But we did defeat they were probably like aberrations or something, because they didn't detect as undead, right? And they had like 5 arms or something. It was like two, and one from the chest, and they kept hugging people to death. But we managed to get rid of them. There it is.
Okay. All right. So we pick up where we left off, which pretty much immediately after combat ended. So these creatures have been felled, their bodies lie lifeless upon the piles of bones, probably giving you some inclination as to why these bones are here, but not necessarily much information in regards to what they are or why they're here. However, as per previously, it was a good day for traveling, and so clear skies for the most part. Chill, there's a slight wind chill, but it's nothing that you really notice, especially considering you're kind of in like a little bit of an alcove, the well encompassed area, safe from heavy winds and what have you, even if it were. Um, as far as the party is aware, Marlin, like when people were sprinting down over here, Marlin seemed like he was trying to get he was rustling up bits and pieces of the damaged wagon, figuring out what can be salvageable, what can be repaired. Um, but as far as what happened since then, it's only been not even a minute. So and some of you got pretty beat up. Some of you not so much. And you have the floor. I get beverage.
Well, I
All right.
realize we've just gotten started, but I
Yavara.
think we might need to, I guess, take a short rest, maybe have a snack. That was hectic.
Get Yavara over here.
I'd like to step over these bodies and then just kind of shove Zed and then point to Kozik and just say, "Yep, he's right. We need to rest up. Maybe people who were feeling good can go collect the things he was looking for, the plants and all that. But I'm taking a breather." I mean, I don't want to imply that I did all the work. I pretty much did all
that's
the
good.
work. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I believe a certain someone was about to be decapitated, and then within 6 seconds, I dispatched them bad guys. Right, Mr. Zed Thatcher?
Zed's just gonna stand up and he's gonna start walking over to Kozik.
Yes, a friendly face. He sees.
You see, he's kind of like hunched over a little bit as he's not really hobbling, but you tell he's definitely like favoring one side, as some of these arms had been like impaled him, kind of throughout. You kind of see him as he's walking. He just kind of like is wincing. He's a little bloody and oh, what the fuck was that?
Well, just another encounter with the undead, I guess. We have
Yeah.
too many of those.
He'll probably like walk over to Kozik, like kind of have an arm around him, almost like leaning on him. Sorry, mate. I need a bit of extra legs to help get back to camp.
Yeah, take a load off, man. I'll help you. Besides, it'll be a while before Marlon's done with the cart. Maybe I should help out a little bit too. We'll see what I can do. And yeah, I help to support my comrade here.
And at that mention of of the wagon and the cart had being destroyed, even though Zed was very much a part of it. Just in the midst of the chaos that just ensues, he just kind of had forgotten that that's what we were looking for. So he'll look up to Veldrin. Did you get that? Your ritual done?
I didn't. I found the tree.
Perfect. Okay. And then he'll kind of like his arm around Kozik, just kind of like a nudge or just kind of like a sort of physical gesture. All right, well, looks like we know what we're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. And doesn't Madam Opal doesn't she know some spells of mending? Maybe that could help out.
A very astute observation, Kozak.
Thank you.
You are too far away.
Very far away.
Unless you get.
Just cup your hands around your mouth and shout it.
I suppose that yeah, no.
Yeah, that's true.
I kind of picture Kozik and I kind of picture we were walking back, but still probably far enough away to where
Yeah, I just didn't see. Yeah.
might not be there yet. Um. Yeah, Zed would be going back to where the wagon is.
I think as he's leaving, I want to cast a message on Zed and just say, you think it's a good idea for me to sneak around a little bit, make sure nothing's going to come back and get us?
Is this how does this work as far as response?
You can respond
it-
telepathically.
Is it it's nonverbal, right? It's just
Right.
okay. So Kozik at some point, probably around here-ish, I'm assuming because we're almost out of sight of Gum. You just kind of feel Zed like stop for a moment, as if he's reacting to something potentially, maybe. Don't know if it's maybe he just got like a wince of pain or what, but he just kind of like stops for a moment and then just kind of shakes it off, like physically. You could kind of tell he just kind of like shakes something off and keeps moving. And his response to Gum would be like, I can't tell you what to do, but please don't.
Yeah, I'll message back and be like, I'm just making sure I don't want to get jumped while I'm sleeping. And then she'll follow.
So while that's going on, back at
Can I?
wagon. Oh, go
Yeah,
ahead.
sorry. Can I just one last thing? And we did end. There was one other. There's a couple other things that I remember from the session that I guess didn't get mentioned in a recap, especially about Gum.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I remember rolling a perception check and getting pretty good and getting some information. I'm curious how much Zed would have picked up from that specifically. I'm trying to think about how this would be perceived by my character. Anyway, forget it. I'll bring it up in a bit because I gotta figure this out. I might DM you.
Okay.
All right. So those back at the camp while everybody's consolidating, which would be Opal and Niavara.
Oh my god. Niavara and me?
Just the pair of us, I guess.
Well, I mean, Marlon's walking around this area, observing, collecting, tossing aside, and Temporalis is doing what Temporalis is very good at, which is not being helpful.
Nothing. Reading a book, probably. His Veldrin copycat behavior esque. Well, this is the last time I sleep in. Because apparently I missed all the fun stuff.
As you had awoken in a pile of snow on the ground on a rock.
Yep. On a rock. Having gone to sleep in the cart. Cart moving. Cart's not a cart right now. Ooh. Apparently I drank too much last night. Oopsie daisies.
You drank too much? No, that's a new one. Actually,
Well-
no, that makes a lot of sense, actually.
Oh
Forgive me.
well. Marlon, what's the sitch, man? Apologies for not being around to help.
Well, ain't looking too.
No, it's not, but very vague.
Yep. Still figuring out what's salvageable. As you realize, it's only been like a couple of minutes since he's started doing this and all the shenanigans went down.
Ah,
But at least Bessie's all calm.
there's that. And so Niavar will sort of, look to Opal, sort of nod like, hey, crafty person.
What's up?
Our whole, I don't know if you noticed, our entire caravan broke.
Alrighty. Let me see what I can do.
Let's see what we can do. While we wait for the others to get back. As much fun as it would be to explore a dark cave by myself, ooh. I think I'm gonna wait for them to get back before I do that.
And just as you say that, they all come around the corner.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Are you guys okay?
My favorite D&D character, Jesus Christ.
Okay, traveler's hits. Are you okay? Because
I'm
from
perfectly fine, but Zed
I
got
just
dead.
a scratch. Yeah, I'm okay. And Zed is standing there.
I'm fine.
Ooh. Well, I'm happy to hear that, little one. You're the most important. Zedrin, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a good. Exactly. Well, we were all looking out, scouting for materials and whatnot, and Sorry, I guess, found a whole bunch of bones, and just had a weird feeling. So she started gathering all of us together to go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was kind of standing back, just keeping an eye out, but all of a sudden, she got grabbed by something with a whole bunch of arms and didn't have any hands or fingers, just had pointy bits.
Oh wait, don't skip all the details. So what happened between those two things?
Well, I just said I was standing back. So the next thing I knew, she got attacked. I don't know what happened in between.
Oh,
that.
I'll tell you what happened. I snuck in
Okay.
there, became one with the shadows themselves. And this is OOC. I rolled a 30.
Yeah, I didn't want to skip out, but it's like Zed didn't necessarily know.
Yeah. And so there I was, just all alone investigating bones. And then Sorry comes up right behind me to clap me on the shoulder and says, I told you there's bones in here. Fucking all of them woke up and started murdering her.
Classic.
And then Zed joined in because got to defend Sorry because she about died in just the first 6 seconds of it. and then didn't you get like a kind of a pincher move, and then a second one grabbed you by your other limbs, and they was ripping you apart and puncturing you.
Yeah, I guess I didn't realize there was a second one in there, and so we were all kind of surrounding the one, and you were able to pull Sorry free. But the thing has got a lot of arms, so she didn't really feel like running was the smart thing. And then all of a sudden,
Yeah.
another one came out, and then unfortunately, I got grabbed by both of them. And so yeah, I within an inch of my life right now. As he's
Yeah.
just like holding his side. He's probably like, you could visibly see he's got wounds and
Maybe
Not
feel a
looking-
little bit indebted, right?
Hmm. Well,
and
thankfully,
you might also notice that little one's on Kozik's shoulder right now.
oh, and not you. Interesting. Well, come over here, and she's sort of like gesturing with her hand, like I can fix you up.
You know, like he's kind of limping. He's more or less just staggered walking, you know. And he's gonna hunch over kind of next to this sort of rock wall, kind of slide down the wall and sit down. He's, oh, the ice feels good.
All right. And she'll walk over to you and sort of put her hands on you in order to cure your wounds. She normally doesn't cast from her hands. She normally casts with her dagger because she's edgy. How damaged would you say Zed is? Like, would it warrant a 3rd level spell?
Yeah, he almost died.
Awesome. I can't see your hit points. I can see everyone else's, but not yours.
Oh, really? He's
Mhm.
at 10.
How do you see everybody else? I see 0 people's health.
I'm with Gumdra here.
No, if you like go into their sheet and click on their sheet, you can see it.
Oh, okay.
But Zedrin's is completely hidden. I only see the biography and how many gold he's fed little one.
Wait, you can see that, but not the rest of my sheet? That's weird.
Right?
I go hide my sheet too somehow.
No.
Yours is already hidden.
Is it good?
Oh, I can't see yours. Yeah, Zed. So OOC, for those that I guess weren't here, Zed was really in a bad spot, and these things were doing like more than half of his health in one hit. And it got to a point where OOC, I thought Zed was about to die. And but in character, he had this kind of like moment where he was like, oh, I can see this not ending well. And so he asked little one to go find Kozik, because Kozik was the only one at this point that was out of view. And so he didn't want little one to see what was about to happen.
But it was interesting because you didn't just take a whole bunch of damage, right? These things would grab you and you would get like the puncture damage, right?
Yeah.
And then you had to like make your save or whatever.
Yeah, they would
Right.
grapple.
Oh no, on your turn, that's when you would take like the damage, but it all rolled at once, so he knew that it was, oh, I'm about to take 36 points of damage as soon as it's their turn or whatever it was, right?
Well, it was that it was when it doubled up was when it got, because they could have done, if I took damage from both of them, that would have been more than my total health. That would have actually
Yeah.
killed me. So I was like,
Hey.
oh, now it's a little sketchy. And I was grappled by both of them, and on my turn, I could only do one save. So
Add
it was
4
like,
to that number, by the way, Zed, so that you have 32 total.
oh, sweet.
How does that? Where does that put you?
I am about 3/4. 42 of 63. If we're gonna gamify it. But I think we
need to
did
role
just
play
walk back.
how those numbers look, sir.
True. Okay, fair enough. You'd see he's got like blood coming out of his nose. He's probably got, there might be like blood coming out of one ear. One eye's like not all the way open, and you can tell he's like covered in sweat. He's holding one of his sides, and he's just got like, there's just tears and rips in some of his clothing. And as you like put a hand on his shoulder and like cast your healing magic, you just kind of start to see his the running blood that's kind of like coming, like actively coming out of his nose and like one ear and everything, dries up, and then with the sweat and kind of probably moisture in the air from some of the snow and everything just kind of whisks away, and he'll stretch up a little bit and kind of like lean off to the side, and you'll see like the hole that was that his hand was covering is now like closing up, not all the way, it still looks fresh, but it's not mortal. And then he'll look up, kind of blinking as he's able to finally take a full breath. Oi, I thought I was done for. I'm probably gonna sit here for a bit and take a rest, take a breather. And I'll help when I can, obviously. And yeah, he's probably opting for a short rest so you don't have to use all your spells.
Yeah, you do look like you have 1 foot in the grave. So, did Veldrin find any wood?
Yes.
Yeah, I think we just got to procure it.
Does anyone have an axe?
I
Just
was gonna.
dwarf,
I
look at me.
said,
Opal,
What?
do you have an axe?
No. Actually, let me fully check my inventories. I have a hammer. I have a tinderbox. I do not have an axe.
But we can't
Hey,
cut
Opal.
down a tree with daggers and swords.
I mean,
Not
if
with
somebody
that
has a sword
attitude.
if somebody has a sword they can spare, we can use my hammer to slam it through.
Opal, it's good to see you. You've been sleeping like a rock.
Yeah, that's a good one, Zed. Needed a bit of a long nap.
Hey, don't we all? As he kind of like leans his head back against the rock.
I mean, hey, somebody raised by a human, I was taught that rest is a necessary part of existing, even if you don't need it. Though, if we're
Well-
needing fire, why don't we just use Firebolt?
No, we don't need fire. What we need is something to fix the goddamn.
We need to cut down the tree.
And
I
she's
see.
like, you know what? I was actually planning on holding this spell to get out of sticky situations because I think it's funny. But I think I can shape a stone into the shape of an axe. Yeah, I can shape a large rock into a weapon, statue, or coffer. No,
Well, that's
right.
useful.
Isn't it just? You see, you normally use it to make things like doors. To get out, like I said, to get out of sticky situations.
It seems that so much of magic can just be mere frippery, but this actually this seems like it'll be useful. Go for it.
See, it's a lot of frippery at the lower levels unless you know what you're doing with each of your spells. As you get higher and higher and more powerful, your spells become more interesting. While it's unprepared, I have spells that can even ward off death entirely.
Why is
Well,
that not paired?
I only know what the Dark Lady has shown me, unfortunately. I say sheepishly, but actually I'm kind of proud of it.
All right, she carves delicately with her knives into the shape of into a rock face, right? And she carves out a sharp axe. She hefts it in her hands a few times and she's like, "Let's go chop down a fucking tree." Here's
That's awesome.
Johnny.
I can tell you where the tree is.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Yum.
So, as you make your way through these rocky crevasses, you do indeed see like the inkling of a tree atop the rock here. And as you look up, it's a good 15-foot climb.
Oh, that sucks.
As in front of you is just a somewhat iced over rock face.
So who's stronger, you or me? Who's getting up this rock face faster? It's
I
probably
believe,
you.
yes, I believe I'm stronger.
All right, so what we're going to do is that you're going to get up there, and I'm going to hand you the axe once you're up there. I can give you a lift. That's the best I can do.
It's what we'll have to do. Cubed, what do I roll to climb this wall?
Athletics.
That will be an athletics check.
Mm?
That will be a poor athletics check. As you start to try and climb this wall, you get maybe 5 feet up, and then you just have like you can't find a handhold, you can't get a grip. You feel like maybe there's a chance that you can like reach for a particular like little cubby, but then you realize it's just a pocket of ice and snow, and you just end up losing your grip and sliding back down.
Well, that didn't look like it worked.
No.
Reminds me of when Veldrin tries to throw things.
Well, she's going to hand off the axe to Veldrin, and she's like, "I'm going to give it one good go, and if it doesn't work, I'm going to pull something out of my ass."
You know,
Yeah.
we can do something before we try that.
What?
Stone shape. I also have stone shape. We can make stairs
Oh my
or
god.
handhold and footholds.
Yes. Make like one good ramp up.
So, Feldrin is going to create hand and footholds 5 feet up the face.
All right. You would see, like the rock warping in a way that it just kind of seems like it's hollowing itself out a little bit. Perfectly attuned to that of anybody who would aim to get any kind of grip and footing.
And I can do it one more time.
Let's see if we can get up before we need to do it, because I know like it takes a lot of magic out of us.
Well, it's taller than 5 feet.
Yeah.
And falling would only be worse from higher up.
Fine. I think it would have been better if had I just pulled my last spell out of my butt. We're already committed to this, so I'm going to do it unless it doesn't work. Go for it.
Veldrin will climb up the 5 feet. And he's gonna do it again.
All right, all right. So basically, at this point, the DC is so low, it's not even necessary to make a roll because you specifically carved out the perfect handholds and the perfect footholds. So you'd make it up 10 feet. The last 5 feet can be a doozy, though.
He will climb back down so that Niavara can climb up and do the last 5 feet.
And here's where she's gonna say, Veldrin, I should have just said it. I could have dimension doored us up there. I don't know how we would have gotten down, but we would have only wasted 1 spell instead of 3.
Oh, I mean, it's only 5 feet now. Seems much easier to accomplish than 15.
Yeah. And it means we can get down too. All right, she's gonna crawl a little boogie up there and use her remaining 4th level slot to stone shape.
If only rock climbers had this ability. So,
If only.
I dropped things. All right, so you're climbing all the way to the tippy top.
Yes.
And Veldrin will follow after her.
Get them on the map for you. So yeah, you make your way up here, and with pretty much relative ease, as you've made exactly what you brought the right tool for the job, and you climb up to the top, and there is a little bit of a like when you get to the top, it kind of starts angling back down, but not too crazy. But you can kind of see how the tree could be easily obscured based on where it is, because the tree is down below you at a good bit, Like the base of the tree looks like it goes pretty deep. The roots go pretty deep. But yeah, there's a few trees up here. Nothing spectacular, but they are indeed lumber. And since you have the high ground, kind of see over things. So you would notice from where you are, just at an immediate glance, just being able to look around and see things. This elevation's 15. You would notice that there's, like I said, there's a bit of a drop down, and there seems to be like a kind of a dirt pit where the snow just hasn't quite gotten completely down into there. That little section there. You would, from this angle, you would actually see other trees scattered about. A lot of these trees are knocked over. They look like they're hollowed out, dried out. Kind of like almost like a blizzard came through here recently and just kind of demolished a lot of them. But there are still a few here, which is a good thing, more than you probably thought you would expect to see, I suppose. And at your view, see that yeah, so it's like trees, a pit over there, and this particular like area slopes down into like a little cubby-esque, a cul-de-sac of sorts. And in this cul-de-sac seems to be let's see how much of it you can see. Give me perception checks.
Dang.
So you would see what looks like remnants of an old an old like camp, as in like maybe a couple of old crates that have been covered in snow. What looks like the stone circle of what you would think would seems like it would have been a campfire at some point. You'd probably see like what looks like an old barrel that just got left behind. Just kind of the remnants of a camp, like somebody came in. Like this seems like a pretty nice spot to hunker down to avoid a lot of the weather effects because it's very small, but the walls are high enough to protect you from the wind, and the entry point is very narrow, so not a lot of wind would get in there. So you get the feeling that this is probably where some other people have, if other people have come through here and they have used this as a camping spot at some point. How recent, you don't know because you're not down there to investigate it, but that's what you catch with your immediate glance as you're mostly focused on this tree, but realizing that there's other things about.
Well, I like the sound of camp supplies. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna loot the place.
So you would have to climb
what's
down to
left
get
of
in
it.
there. A little bit.
How much climbing are we talking about?
So because you're kind of sloped down, it's only like it's closer to like 7 feet, but I'd say realistically I'll just round up, so we'll just say 10 feet. 10 feet with an awkward slope to it. So it's not like it would be like 5 to 7 feet of it or actual like drop down, and then the extra like 3 feet or just kind of like at a slope down kind of angle.
Okay. She's going to make a delicate little slide down.
Do you have rope?
She does have rope. She's going to pull out her rope first. She's going to tie it to the tree that Veldrin is going to be cutting down. Mm-hmm. Efficient. All right. So you get started on the chopping because I am going to be fucking useless. And I'm going to go loot this place for all it's worth. And if something happens to me, I can yell, then you could yell, and hopefully have a better chance of getting back to them before whatever eats me eats you.
Why would I chop down the tree that you're tied to?
You have to chop down some of the wood. Unless you... Okay. Fine, let's go. And she gestures him to come along. Let's get started. All right. So I saw those crates. A little bit of a camp, but let's go get the crates first. I want to see if they're going to be sturdy, because if they're sturdy, we'll be able to use them to help us get back up, too.
All right, so you climb down.
Yes.
So yeah, as you're actually amidst this abandoned encampment, like I said, there's a couple of crates, couple of barrel, old campfire, which is snowed. Like everything here is covered in snow, probably indicating, maybe a blizzard came through or it's been here a while. So what do you want to do amidst this situation?
Like I said, those crates. What's in them?
So
I can
opening
make...
crates.
Yes.
So yeah, open one of the crates, and the lids are not nailed down. They're not like sealed or anything. Just kind of seem like old storage boxes, practically. And inside, you would spot. Roll me a D100.
Middling.
So that is a 9. So the first thing you would spot immediately would be a silver spoon and other silverware. It looks like the spoon itself has like the engraving of an M on the handle, as with all the other utensils, apparently. And amidst that, all that stuff is also other like cookware, not cook, yeah, cookware, like a couple of glass plates, a bowl, other silverware. This seems to be sort of, left behind cutlery and stuff for snacks.
Hmm. Well, this is odd.
Fulchin's gonna come over and check it out. What's odd?
Who the fuck just stores an entire case of cutlery by itself in the middle of nowhere and left it here? I mean, the leaving here honestly makes more sense because, like, honestly, if
They
you
may
leave in a
have been
hurry,
taken.
if you have to leave in a hurry, this is like the one thing to leave behind. But also, damn,
They could have been taken.
they could have been. Oh well. I don't know where they are now. Um, Well, so we have a couple crates. We have their camp.
Is every crate full of cutlery? Or was that just one crate?
That was just one crate.
Get crazy.
Veltrin's
Oh.
gonna go check out another one.
All right, roll me a D100. $74. So in this crate, appears to be in the midst of it. It kind of looks like one of those like hand fans that you can like open and close. And if you reach in and take a look at it and like mess with it, when it opens, it shows the image of a sleepy cat.
He's gonna hold that up to Niavara, very amused.
Come on, use your fan etiquette.
Veltrin's like, he suddenly is like, I can't remember any of the real fan etiquette that I had been told about.
Oh. It is cute though. Is that it for such a big container?
That was the only thing of
I-
interest. Beyond that, it was like blankets and maybe some tattered clothing left behind.
Ugh. All right. Niavar will open the next crate if there is one.
There are. But while you're doing your crate opening, let's see what the camera pans to the main group over here, the biggest collection of people. What are y'all doing as Marlon is going around and picking stuff up and tossing aside and throwing some stuff in the back of the wagon that he thinks might be salvageable?
No, I'll help out any way that I can. Any way that Marlon wants me to help out.
Well, ifins you want to help old Marlon out, then feel free to find any bits of the wagon that are made of metal. Might be able to at least salvage that. I heard your friends were going out and getting wood, so I figure metal is something that we can't really, as he picks up a piece of metal and chunks it into the back of the wagon, only can't really just find that kind of stuff and slap it on.
Okay, well, gladly. And I guess I will. I don't know if I need to make a roll or whatever, but I'll spend my time looking for bits that have come off the wagon.
All right, give me a perception as you were looking for any metallic pieces, any like broken bands or plates or anything like that, nails. All
Oh
right,
yeah, can I help Kozik with that?
sure. So you could roll that again.
You heard that, Kozik? Oh,
Yeah,
All
it's not great. I have like a +5. How can? Okay, fair enough. I'm looking all around for the metal bits. Where are they? Where might they be?
truly perplexed.
All right, so the two of you were looking around and looking in snow, and you're just like, oh, maybe, oh, that looks like some metal, and then you pull it out of the snow and realize it's just like a rock. It just kind of has a certain sheen to it that could be deceptive.
Maybe it's under the snow somehow, and I kind of dig a little bit. I don't know.
Okay, so while y'all are helping Marlin look around, what's Gum doing?
Oh, as soon as like Zed sat down, she followed right after because I'm, half hit points. So I'm just gonna try to sneak in a short rest with him.
All right.
So not just letting everybody else work. I'm just gonna rest against the wall here.
All right, so short rest and 2 searching. Okay. Oh, that was quick and easy, I guess. What's Zed doing? Are you also just settling in for short rest, recuperating?
Yeah, I guess to give it some flavor too. Zed's got a tool from his thieves kit, and he's also got the pin that he won in the race at the Festival of Miriam. And he's got that detached, and he's using the actual sharp pointed pin part, if you will. He's got a little bit of string. For whatever reason, I have 10 feet of string in my inventory. So he cuts a bit of this string off and kind of like moistens it, like runs it from one end to the other, kind of through his mouth. And then he's going to attempt to suture the rest of this wound close that, healed up, that Niavara helped, but didn't fully close. That's what he's going to attempt to do for while this is for the short rest, basically. I guess just some reasoning behind him getting health back.
All
Are
right.
you like a professional sewer or something?
I know. Well, no. You'll see once I'm done. It's gonna look like a fucking train wreck. But you used to have to when we were sailing around because we weren't gonna be back at shore for a while. I've stitched up myself and a few other folks, but like I said, I'm not the doc. Be nice to have Doc around, actually.
I don't know if I've ever sewed nothing up before or not.
Really? With all your
Yeah.
fancy clothing and whatnot, you've never had to patch anything up?
Oh shit! No, I don't care about that. I threw half of that away trying to make some room in my bags. I don't know how many cloaks and hats and coats one person needs, but it definitely ain't that many. So I've just been kind of leaving a trail, which now I think about it could be dangerous. Somebody's looking for us. They got a way to get to us.
Oh. Well, there couldn't be a more interesting trail to follow, I'm sure.
Right? It's like 10 bags worth of clothes. And a whole bunch of water. All right. Well, when you're done licking string and all that, you can patch me up too, right?
Yeah. I've got the means to.
Oh, is Gumdra by me?
I think both of us are sitting. We're probably across from where the cart or wagon is and where Marlin is. Just kind of, I guess Zed's trying to be out of the way a little bit. So yeah, we're 5-10 feet away.
Okay.
And then she's gonna pull up because again,
Opal just
Hmm?
snaps her head over and walks over, puts a finger on Gumdra and casts Cure Wounds at the 2nd level.
aw.
As
Oh,
oh
my god!
Damn. Is that max?
that puts me at max
Oh.
health. I know.
That's almost max healing. Um,
Hey, God.
as
I-
Opal's walking up, because Zed's seen Opal kind of like do this sort of thing before, and Niavara just healed Zed. Opal's walking up. I'm picturing Opal's head just snaps over, doesn't have an expression, doesn't say anything, and just starts walking up and reaches out towards Gumdra. And Zed, in like the very last moment, is just gonna be like, "Hey, watch out! This is gonna hurt."
Does it hurt?
And then I'm assuming you get healed.
I think Gumdra was in the middle because she no longer has like before. She had like her staff and she had this really long cape, right? And dressed in a lot of layers, had a fancy hat. Right now, she's just in like a lot of the armor she had worn underneath. So you see like just this leather armor and swords and scimitars and a backpack full of stuff, right? And she like rolls up like the chest armor from the bottom up, right? Just so you can see the gash that's like hugely like puncture wounds and stuff. That's because she got hit too from and got bloodied, and she's just trying to tough it out like that was nothing. But on the inside, she's fucking dying right now, right? And so you see as this like little touch, she definitely didn't know what to expect from this robot, right? Who just walks over wordlessly, and then all of a sudden like the flesh is just starting to stitch itself together. Maybe the fur doesn't return, so it does leave a little tiny scar, but it's like it's not like an indention or anything. It's just like a loss of where her fur should be right there. And even like little things like her nose maybe was swollen up, and just like the condition of being beaten half to death while flanking with Zed, right? And trying to protect Sari. And like besides just feeling like the resuscitation, the rejuvenation, right? She literally gets to watch it happen. And she's like, oh, wish I could do that. That'd come in handy. Thank you, Opal, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't forget names. And then she still got her head kind of like pushed against the cold rocks and stuff. She gives a very small, smile. It's like, next time we should bring you with us when we're going to fight a bunch of evil skeleton monsters.
Hmm.
Hey, what do you
From what
think
I've heard,
about
it is.
that? Hmm?
From what I've heard, bringing me along to those kinds of fights is a good idea as of recently.
Good idea.
I will definitely try to make the next one. Gumdra.
That might be today, right? I
Here's
wasn't
hoping.
scared of something giant that could splatter us against walls. And she points like northwest where they had come from, because that's where all the blood was smeared high up on the walls in the indention. She's like, so I saw these bones, right? Sari was saying they got bones, somebody come look. And so I was like, all right, I'm pretty sneaky. I could go up there and take a gander. And I looked, and my initial instinct was this is the den of something much bigger than us that's picking everything clean and dumping it here, right? But I don't think that makes sense no more. Why would you be a giant who eats people but is also a necromancer and also brings things back from the dead? And I don't think those go well together. Giants and magic.
You'd be surprised.
Speaking of Marlon, you said that you've made this trip before. Is anything that Gom's saying ringing any sort of bells to things that you heard?
He looks over his shoulder. Like what?
Or like piles of bones and then them reanimating with a whole bunch of extra appendages trying to kill people?
I mean, I've heard of necromancy.
I'm not talking about what you've heard of, mate. I'm talking about on the trip, on the route that we're currently taking, that you've mentioned you've done before. You've ever run into anything like that?
Nope.
Okay. Zed's gonna lean his head back against the wall again and just close his eyes again.
All right. So the camera will pan back over to the camp enthusiasts. They're rummaging through more crates.
How many crates are there? We've opened 2.
There's a good few crates, but some of them look like they are just destroyed, and or creatures got into them. So, as far as how many, well, I guess you'll just have to kind of see what opens and see what doesn't, per se. Basically, I'll let you know when you hit the limit.
Okay.
So you're going for more crates?
Veldrin will gesture with the closed fan for Neovara to open one because he just like she opened one, then he opened one.
Hey,
So
Kendra.
it's her turn.
Hello. Hello, hello. Pan the camera over. Gotta do my camera controls.
Is Neovara present?
In fact, present.
So if you open another crate, another D100.
All right, let's go. Low ball.
Ooh. So as you pop this open,
Mhm.
you would notice what seems to be a singular large scale of some kind of pretty big creature. An enormous scale.
She lifts it up to Veldrin like, Jesus Christ, what the hell?
Could Veldrin try to identify it?
Give me an investigation. I guess this is going to be
Maybe?
more nature.
I have a better. Yeah.
You can ascertain that this is probably a singular scale from a dragon. But the
That's
coloration has since been like bleached out, so it's just you're not sure what coloration of dragon it would be, just on account of it having no color to it.
it's a dragon scale.
Well, I'm happy that it's not a fairy scale. It's kind of huge, my god. Like, is it valuable, you think?
I don't know. It's old. It's old.
Somehow, like, putting it in my pack to sell, like, feels blasphemous. But I also don't know what to do with it else. So she's gonna shove it in the pack.
Specify how big enormous is. Which pack?
Her backpack. Or try to.
I would say it probably won't fit in a backpack.
Damn.
Think of it like the size of a, not that they really have
Is it
them
like
in D&D
a
anymore,
sled?
but either a sled or like a tower shield,
Oh man.
kind of pretty big.
Oh, they got rid of them in D&D. That stinks.
Yeah, they made it so you have like you just have a shield. They didn't want to. They didn't spec. They got rid of the distinction between a tower shield that just hey, you have cover and AC, and
Ooh.
now it's just you just have a shield. They used to also have like bucklers too and stuff.
Yeah, they had fancy stuff. And what's funny is that they added them into Pathfinder. Okay. So they don't fit. It'd be kind of cool if I, like, use it as a mirror. I don't know. I'll think on it. But, like, she'll put it back down for now. Valdrin, next crate, honor yours. And then let's go investigate the tent.
E100 for another crate. Ooh. So as you open this crate, you would notice what seems like a jeweled box. It's like red and gold. Yes, you just see a box.
He's gonna pick it up.
You pick it up and you realize that it is not sealed and it's not locked, and it kind of seems like the lid, it's like it looks like it's jointed, so it looks like a lid. It might open.
He's gonna check that out.
This will be fun. So as you open it, you immediately hear the sounds of music playing, and the song that plays is one that you could dimly remember from your childhood.
He's gonna look at Niavara.
Avar also paused. That's interesting.
I was going to make a joke about the M on the utensils being for my Vol and that we should take it. And then this happens.
Music box. And the M could still be from music box. The music box spoons. Absolutely. I still think we take it. I'm happy that you also seemingly took see, I was just gonna take a single thing of utensils because I think that they're fun.
I don't like this.
I think that we're only going to not like it more as we keep going. So let's keep going. I said the tent next.
Okay, the tent.
All right, so you mosey into the tent and take a look around inside. There is a whole lot of nothing. No sleeping bags, no utensils, no music boxes, just the empty tent. Kind of just like they packed up but didn't take the tent with them. I don't know what that roll is for, so didn't really call for one either.
Sorry. Should have said, like, beforehand.
Yeah,
The vibes
that's usually helpful to know what you're rolling for.
I'm interested in knowing, like, who would have been in this camp. And my brain went to, oh, this is sounds like a survival thing. Like the tracks on the floor potentially. How many things like per in an area? Like if there's a tent, how many people would have been in it? Is there sort of footprints on the ground or like the area where their packs would have been when they laid down?
Under these conditions, you don't see any of that. but it seems like a tent for a medium creature that could comfortably fit one person in it. But tracks and anything like that, nigh impossible to ascertain considering where you are.
Understood. All right. Was there anything else of note at the campsite? Or were we out of crates? Did we still have crates to go through?
Seems
The
like a
cube didn't
couple
tell
more
us there
crates.
weren't. There's more crates.
All right, I open another one.
Roll me a D100.
Let's haunt me.
There's just a rock in there.
It's a lump of coal for naughty players.
Is it just a lump of coal?
Nope, it's just a stone.
Just
Sing-
a stone.
stone.
Is there another one? Another crate?
Yeah. Are you doing anything with the stone? Just like, it's a rock.
We're gonna pocket that stone for later.
Yeah.
When you pick up the stone, you realize it is weightless.
What the fuck? And she'll sort of like, throw it in her hand once, like, why is this so light?
Can I see it?
Yeah, and she'll hand it over to Veldrin.
Huh.
I just had a bad thought, but I'll let you get a gander at it first.
Oh, I had a bad thought too. And then Veldrin throws it at her.
Ah! She'll catch it terribly, and she's like, okay, is the bad thought that, okay, they were at the same place that we just were at, this place, with the dragon and all those weightless rocks?
Maybe.
Okay, what was your bad thought?
Throwing the rock at you.
So mean. Okay.
Yup. All right, so a 28. So you peruse this crate, and you would spot inside of it a dragon's talon strung on a leather necklace.
I don't like this. What color is the dragon's scale?
It was bleached. You can't tell the color anymore.
I see.
Talon, so.
Veldrin's gonna pick up this talon necklace. How big is the talon?
I mean, like, normal finger size, because it is on a necklace, so it's
Hmm.
not going to be that big.
Yeah, I was just wondering if it was like on the larger size of the talons that people put on necklaces, or small.
Yeah, it's not like a Flava Flav size, like, talon. It's just
Okay.
uncannily large and unnecessarily large for no good reason. It's a normal.
He is going to put it in his bag.
Hope y'all's keeping track of this. All right.
For now, I've not kept track of anything other than, but like I've also not grabbed anything. I've tried to, but I haven't taken anything. Is there anything left?
Give me a perception check.
Well, that's more fitting.
There is one left. Hidden amongst the piles.
Foreboding.
Do you
She'll
think
open
that's
it.
the one that's going to haunt us?
You know, I don't know. Let's find out.
Actually, this would be a D20 roll.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Okay, so a 14. Okay. 15. That. All right, so roll me a D6, please.
What's in the box?
3. Work it. 2. Work it. 3. Work it. As you peruse through this last crate and you pop it open and you look inside, you would notice what looked like just a big old box full of like metal parts and gears and really a whole lot of stuff that, I guess makes about as much sense as anything else you found. And as you do so, you see the gears start to turn, but they're not attached to anything. And as they turn, you would see the other metallic components start to rattle and come to life. And they start to assemble themselves right before your eyes, as you would immediately spot as they themselves just kind of form outside of the crate, as the gears have kind of popped out and they've assembled themselves. You would spot 3 tiny, small mechanical creatures arise from it, and they are basically surrounding Niavar at this point.
Hello? Do they seem friendly? Or at least not hostile?
Intruder alert. Intruder alert. Intruder alert. And their eyes are flashing like white and red and white and red, and they're making a lot of noise.
Oh, fuck.
To the point where it yells at the other area. Give me a perception check. Gum hears it. Kozik's busy. What about Zed and Opal? Zed is stitching his wounds. Oh wait, no, perception. 16. Zed would hear it. What about Opal? think Opal stepped away.
Gavin?
Sorry, I'm back. You
Perception.
were right. I had just come back. 17.
Opal hears it. So you guys can hear some commotion going on where Neavara and Veldrin disappeared off to. You didn't see. You kind of saw that they kind of turned this corner. If I can tag it, they kind of went that way, and then you heard them maybe cast some spells. Oh my!
Huh. I'm going to share that
Let me
information with
handle something.
Brian. We should probably go check the noise, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
And
Hopefully
by
that's
we
not
should
one of the-
probably do that. We should do that now.
Fixed.
Hopefully it's not more of those skellies.
So they don't seem to be aggressive. They're just making a lot of noise.
Oh shit. Vel, what do we do? What do we do? Like we can shut them down or try to. And by shut them down, I do mean like, the best solution I know how.
They probably take voice commands.
You think I know what their master sounds like or looks like?
We could just say, stand down.
Intruder alert! Intruder alert!
Nevar transforms into her mother's face and voice and says, "Stand down."
They continue.
Okay, so it's not her. Shifts back into herself. Like, okay, good news, good news. Fuck.
What about one of our sisters?
She'll shift into like random Myval sibling number 1 and try that just to assuage. Stand down.
Intruder alert! Intruder alert! What's everybody else doing?
Leading the rest of everybody to the noise, I'm assuming.
Okay, so you alerted everybody to that.
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah. What does it say? What should we go help?
Yeah,
Probably.
probably.
Do you want them to meet a death in this frozen wasteland?
The last thing we found almost killed me, so not gonna leave anyone else alone. I don't know.
Now, I offered to go scouting, and you told me it's a bad idea.
Yeah, and that's why, and this is why it's a bad idea. They just.
Well,
ran
why'd
off
you let them
houses.
do it if I couldn't do it?
I didn't let. I told you could do anything you like.
And the Myval siblings are quite capable usually. Good.
So, wait, so should we be worried, or are we confident that they can get themselves out of the mess?
Okay. Despite the decision to leave them because they are capable or not, who would like
We're
to
not
go make
leaving 'em.
sure that they leave
Come on.
alive?
Zed like ties up. He's like stands up as he's still got thread, like suture going through him and shit, and he just kind of like ties up this knot. I'll fix the rest of you later. Puts his tools away, clips his pin back on, and yeah, he's moving with Opal, and I guess
Thank you, Zedra.
Kozik and Gum. Oh, he'll look back to Marlon. You gonna be all right for a few minutes?
Yeah, probably.
Hey, he's gonna send his Raven over to Marlin. If you're in any trouble, have this come find me.
All right then. So move at your
And-
normal movement speed as if there were only a 1 round of movement.
Here, actually, so right there. From our original positions.
Yep.
Okay, here, let me move back to my. Because I'm going to measure. I was right next to Sorry, so right there would have been the maximum movement speed I had.
There's always double moving. I mean, I
yeah,
guess you
you're
could
right.
walk casually. That's fine.
No. You're right. With Opal, she
Hands
would be
in
dashing,
pockets.
hearing
Kicking rocks.
noises.
Whistling. Well, I guess.
Whistling.
Our alarm sounds.
Oh yeah, if you're walking casually, you just kind of kicking rocks, hands in pockets, just whistling, just strolling haphazardly on over.
So we're doing like 1 turn's worth of movement.
Yes.
How are you use a ruler when you and then drag? Is that it?
Space
Uh,
bar.
Wait.
Play.
Wait. Okay.
60.
Thank
just
you
gonna
for
pause
the
it. No.
info, DM. I was just remembering how much movement speed I could, or how much distance I could do in the landmarks nearby. That saves me sanity.
Do we know where we're going?
No. That's what I was just about to bring up.
Assuming you're following the general direction of Opal.
The last you saw them, they kind of disappeared around the corner to this spot
Can
here.
we see this tree? Because we knew they were going after a tree.
Veldrin did put handholds into the wall.
Right, but it's like if we're not looking for them, we didn't know that they're there. They're not going to stand out, and we
They
just
might stand out.
Oh, they
Power
Well, we just-
line.
I would say they stand.
My
I
thought-
mean, your perception's high enough. They stand out.
Okay, my thought process was we all just double moved. I was going to ask if we could do a perception check, but we use our actions for movement. So I was thinking, yeah, next best thing we were going to just look for a tree. But okay, if we see the handholds, then I think that would be a pretty obvious sign, especially if they're underneath a tree. So you're saying we do notice that, and it'd be what, like right over here?
Yep.
Cool. Zed would head that way once we can move again.
Which way are you communicating any of this?
Hey,
Well, the DM just said that we all noticed it.
Yeah, it's the handholds are pretty obvious.
I don't know why Zed has such little movement. We both have 90. 1, 2, 3.
Hmm?
Right?
Dash,
Dash.
yeah. I didn't full move for the sake of him being still injured a little bit. I'm just RPing that.
Well, then
Picturing
fine.
him,
I'm
like-
just gonna stand next to you, and I'm gonna triple dash just for that, and then I'm gonna wait on Sorry because they're leading the expedition. And then I'm just
Picturing
gonna
Zed's
turn around and give him a little snark and just be like, "Wow, rocks sure don't move very fast, do they?" And then I just stop and wait.
I'm picturing
Mhm.
Zed, the reason Zed's, I guess, not going full movement is he's still trying to tie up his mess of a of a
Right.
I'm just gonna be over dramatic about it and just like tap my hoof as I wait for Opal.
All right. So y'all's make your way there. So for Neovar and Veldrin, feel free to give me perception checks. Visual. Ah, mouse. All right, so 25 from Veldrin. What about Neovara? Neovara.
Right.
I was about to go poke her with a stick if she didn't wake up.
It's okay. Let us go.
What was that? You're super quiet.
Sorry, I might have messed with my microphone.
Ah, there you are. What were you doing?
All right, so they're still blaring. They're still mad.
We're rolling perception.
What's coming to get us?
Something from that pit below, as luckily you were able to see it, as you would notice something large, something serpentine, and something dangerous making its way up towards you from that dirt pit.
Oh God. No, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Can they climb up the rope and back up the hill?
And, well, when we get to that. So, what you would see appears to have like a snake body. Kind of looks more like a cobra because it has like the wide head, and just like I can't even think of the word for it, but it kind of has like the wide upper head, but where you would expect a normal face of a snake to be, it has more human-esque features to it.
So, like
And
the hood of a snake?
that fella,
Oh,
Oh wow. Oh no.
Mm.
Pit viper. Pit viper. Gotta go.
starts to make its way up, and that's when we'll roll for initiative. I'll be able to figure out what it is.
Oh, there it is. Never mind. It's been a minute.
Got this. Okay. It. Calculate this. Okay, cool. Nice. Okay. I have to double check something. All right. In. Not get the drop on anybody. So Gum, you were up first, not really knowing what's going on over there, other than intruder alert, alarm, alarm, wee woo, wee woo. because you're close enough, you can like actually hear it.
All right, how's about?
Okay. Where are the handholds? Like right here?
Pretty much right under the tree. That when you get close enough to the rock, you'd be able to see like the tippy top of the tree.
There's 20, and then it's difficult terrain, right? It's double movement speed if you don't have a climb speed to get up. And so I'll have to cunning action dash in order to try to climb. And that would mean, well, I know it's 15 feet up, so that would mean it's 30. So I'll land here. Bro, do I got to roll to climb?
Nope, because they specifically crafted these for
Oh, yeah.
climbing. It's a 4th level spell. So I imagine, like, if I'm casting a 4th level spell, that shit better make it easy for climbing.
Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna use just the regular movement plus the cunning action dash. I'm gonna look at all these little robot creatures, these metal machines with the drow couple, and I'm just gonna shout down, are y'all needing any assistance? Cause a wise dwarf done told me that you can handle yourselves, and I didn't, plus this tree's kind of big. I didn't know if you need help. Talking's a free action, you can talk back, right?
Talking's usually free. Maybe
That
they,
was for Beltran and Niavara.
maybe they can't hear you through the blaring alarms.
Could be.
The fog of war is making it so they can't hear you. They don't know.
So did you want to do anything with your? So you did kind of in a move.
Yeah, is there anything going on with this? Like, can we see this from this angle up here?
Yep, from that top angle, you see something snake-like climbing up the wall.
All right, I'll just take a bow and arrow. Short bow. And I'm gonna try to shoot that thing off the wall. I'm gonna do the thing where like you dab like the corner of your mouth with your tongue. I got this long cow tongue, and I squint one eye because somehow that makes me shoot better. Oh, it did. 23.
820. Would hit.
Bam, 10 damage. That's good damage. So don't. I'll handle your light work. You fight the whatever those are golems. And then I had my turn.
All right. So you hit it with an arrow as it's essentially like slithering up the wall. I get the battlefield in view here for you guys. Its turn. All right, so it's going to since you did attack it. Okay. It's gonna move closer as it's kind of slithering up the wall. And you'd see like its eyes flash for a moment, and I mean you're kind of far away, but it kind of you see its like tongue stick out, almost like it's just hissing at you. And its reaction is gonna be hilarious. As it opens its mouth, and you would just see what looks like this really wispy wind come from it. Almost like in video games, like seeing the gusts of wind is kind of like that. And you need to make me a Constitution saving throw. At 13. See,
13.
have to calculate. Hold on, let me calculate this. Ah, there it is. Okay, so 13 you would not pass. That's not baked into the description, but so with 13, so you feel this wind hit you, and it's almost like you're instantaneously flipped from like moisture in the air, like a cold wind, maybe some humidity, and it just as soon as this hits you, it's just like you're in a desert. It's dry as a bone, the driest you've ever felt, and it almost feels like moisture is being pulled out of your body. Vitality and vitality. So this has the potential of sucking a lot. For 35, this is necrotic damage.
Whoa. I guess from this angle too, for us that are over on this side of the cliff or the mountain or hill or whatever, Gumdra's out of view now, right?
Yep. Because
Okay.
it's like a hill. So it goes up, but then it kind of dips down.
It's 15. Oh yeah. Okay. I got you.
And that is its turn. Kozik.
All right. As a reaction, I would like to do Uncanny Dodge.
And that is based on if
When an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to half the damage against you.
it was not an attack roll, unfortunately.
Ugh.
It was a Constitution saving
Axe.
throw.
Tried.
Indeed. Kozik.
All right. Well, I saw Gumdra clamber over the hillock or whatever, climbing up that rock face, and I'm not so confident I can get there in time or do that. I don't see her anymore, so I'm gonna continue on around the horn and see if I can find where we're going there. So I'll move. Let's see. There we go. So I'll kind of run. I'm running. I'm like, all right, I'll see you on the other side, I guess. And I keep running, and I run to that position. And I think that's my turn.
Just looking at it. Frick.
And can I see them from my vantage point now, or do I have to go further in to see them?
So where you are, you could see, yeah, you could see them, and you could see, and yeah, you'd see like these little mechanical dudes just blaring and making noise. Um, 5.
Strange constructs. Ah, it's worse than I thought. Okay, that's my turn.
So that's gonna trigger that at the end of the round. Okay, he ran
I
past
hope
it.
Opal didn't hear me when I said strange constructs. Whoops.
Zed,
She took personal now.
Yeah, Zed's gonna follow up here. So, what was the? Was there a penalty for movement when we're
half.
climbing up here? Half. Okay. So. Okay, so then cunning action dash to get up here. 5, and I would, or no, I'd be able to get up, and then I would have 5.
Also, Kozik, you would have seen what looks like a little snow bunny just sitting at the base of the tree you ran around.
I read it doesn't quite register with me yet, but I do take it in.
Been right. Yeah, because you literally ran past it. Right there.
So,
I think it's a little strange, but I'm focused on the battle. Okay, okay.
Zed'll walk up, and I guess before doing anything, just kind of like as he's approaching Gum, just, hey, what's going on?
Gumdra looks like she's about to pass out. She's breathing like rapidly right now, like she can't get enough air in. And she just says, "Fucking snake." That's what. She's got like her hands on her thighs, doubled over, and that's the only explanation she gives.
And so Zed could see it from here.
Yep, from here.
Cool.
The top down. It's getting real.
Well, I guess if that's what if that's what Zed sees after we had just gotten into a big fight and he just saw Gum get healed up and then is now all of a sudden just
So she looks like her skin, looks dry as a bone. Like her fur looks just like all the moisture's been sucked out of it.
he'll lock eyes like onto the snake and let's see. I guess. How far away is it? You said it's like in a hole.
It is currently climbing out of a pit.
So it's like I guess, within like 60 feet.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Zed's gonna try and tether this thing with a witch bolt. And
Nice.
yeah. I'm feeling lucky. Nice. 14 and a 15.
Peace of mind.
21 hits, I guess.
Yes, it does. Your witch bolt connects completely and utterly with the serpentine body.
It is
It's cold.
15 lightning damage. And ironically enough, you might may or may not be able to see it because it's somewhat translucent, but Zed was just stitching himself up, and then the next thing Gumdra sees is what looks to be some sort of like very almost imperceivable thread connecting him and this snake, and like a charge of electricity shoots from his hand, just channeling through this wire, zapping the snake. And at that point, I believe that will be my turn.
All right. Niavara, you are surrounded, and you see this thing making its way up the rock facing, and now it's very aggressive as people have attacked it. You probably gathered it was more curious of what was going on and like being drawn here, but as people have attacked it, it's now you can definitely see it's hissed at people, and it's like started flinging whatever at people, and you get the feeling that it's gonna be upon you shortly. Poor Niavara. Wakey.
Miavara, do you need to go poker?
Commence the stabbing.
Understood. I'll be right back, DM.
She's so eepy. So eepy. Oh. Oh. Do-do-do.
Ah, there we go. So
What Cubed had said was that this snake creature was more curious, but had been attacked and is now attacking in return.
Zedrin. And she'll look up to the big snake beastie, right? And sort of hold up a hand before she changes shape. Yeah, I found my mic, Gavin. Yeah. Yes, twice tonight. All right, so this one is a beautiful. There we go. Shape changer. One action. And so she's going to change into a Yuan Ti. She's making a wild guess. And it's something more like Tia Moonblade. Obviously, she can't shape change herself large, so she's going to have more of her own facial shapes. But she did see plenty of Yuan Ti at the village nearby.
So you're trying to turn into Tio? Or
She's turning into like a Neavara-sized Tio. But like, not quite her. A Yuan Ti that evokes Tio.
all right. That is action. Yes, an action. Can't duplicate the appearance. Up to 4. All right. The little guys are still alarming.
But she's looking up at the big guy because the big guy is the one that she's realizing is the issue.
Gotcha,
And
gotcha.
she'll walk towards it, trying to get its attention and calm it down.
All right. So
That's all she.
let's see. That would be so. To try and calm it down would be a. What do they call them now? It's one of the new things. Influence action.
Oh
Yeah, that'll be
God.
an influence now. It's basically like it's essentially the equivalent of just saying they don't really have like free checks for the most part. Like if you want to do like a diplomacy or talking is free, but trying to like convince something takes like a roll, which is considered like the
Its own
influence.
diplomacy.
Yeah, it's its own kind of action now, as opposed to there being a lot of like freebie things during turns.
It does make sense, right? Because it used to be they try to convince of something, and then you do your rolls for that, and then be like, all right, what do you want to do with your action? So why wouldn't you try diplomacy plus attacks like every round?
No, and it does make sense. Still, she'll put herself into the line of fire.
Okay. So
See if it attacks her like it.
I think this can be fun because it's something I've picked up from some of the other systems I've been playing recently. At least to test it. I will not give context. I won't give too much context, but here's an option you can have. If you are willing to spend a inspiration, there is a chance that something interesting will happen.
I will spend my inspiration.
Very well. And upon this chance, roll me a D100. I will not confirm what number you are aiming for. That would be... Okay. Okay. There is a moment of pause. However, it notices you change, and there is a momentary hesitation. I will give that to you on account of you have spent an inspiration. It still seems aggressive, as you know, it's been attacked and what have you. However, mayhaps something might happen if you utilize some diplomacy, because it did give a pause. It was slithering up, and it was looking towards you. It looks like it's gonna come to murder you, and you're aware that it is still heading in your general direction, but for one, there's hesitancy, and two, it seems like its gaze is shifting more towards the people attacking it as opposed to you. Not necessarily viewing you as a non-threat, but there's something there that you might need to uncover. Because normally that would be a insight roll, but due to the inspiration use, and the result of that D100, that's what you get.
Okay. All right. So yeah, Neovara spends the rest of her turn striding towards it, like hands up. And that's the end of her turn.
Opal.
My turn. Yippee. Also, I see that other people have taken up positions on the mountain.
Yep.
Bye.
You saw Zid and Gum go climb up. It's half your movement speed for 15 feet, because it's climbing. But you also saw Kozik opt to not have to climb a wall and ran around.
Dashing seems like a pain in the ass. So I'm gonna so minus 15 feet for total move. Yeah. Oh wait.
So it'll be minus 30. So 15 feet
Yeah.
of movement is double. For that 15 foot, it's doubled. So it'd be 30 feet to climb it.
Okay,
Wait.
never mind. Kozik might be right
It
here.
would just be 15 feet off your total movement.
Well, so for that 15 feet, that's counted as double, because you'd be climbing basically 3 squares. So normally it'd be 5, 10, 15, but since you're climbing, it's difficult. So it'd be 10, 20, 30.
Yeah, so you're taking 15 feet off of your total movement. Right?
5, 10, 15.
If he's got 60 movement, let's say, to try and get to us, it would take him an
Yeah, okay.
additional 15 to get up there.
We're looking at
Yeah, okay.
we're looking at it from
I
two
know, we're
different
looking at-
angles. I
Yeah.
think
I'm more confused now.
he's
It's
looking at.
climbing is difficult terrain, right? So that'd be
Yeah.
30.
So we're looking at it from it would of your 60 feet. Like we're looking at it from the angle of to go from here. Like from I can't ping damn you. From there to there would be effectively 30 feet of movement. But mathematically, he's going to go, because he's looking at it from, like, normally you have 60, you're just reducing it by an extra 15 feet because that being right. That's how you're perceiving.
Yeah, so I'm thinking you're like with difficult terrain, instead of moving 30, you're moving for your full movement, you're moving 15. Right? Like, let's say we're not climbing. Let's say that we're going just in a direction. If this
Are you
right
saying
here-
like your full movement subtract 15 because
No,
15 feet of that movement was doubled?
Yeah, I'm saying because this distance right here is only 15 feet.
Right. Times 2 because difficult terrain to make it 30.
Right. So effectively in this situation, you're removing 15 feet from...
So the TLDR from
Okay,
where you
nice.
are, if you go here, that would be 25 feet. And then to get up to, the actual marker, that it would be basically you have to double move to get up there.
And
That's
to even
25.
get into combat range from this area would be double movement, anyways.
However, luckily, because of the handholds, you don't have to make any athletics checks to climb it. But it's still climbing. So it's up to you which direction.
Here, could you move your cursor over to where I would be at the end of my turn in this case? If I climbed up this wall cubed.
15, 5, that would be 30. Pretty much
All right.
there's fine.
Yep. I'll move Opal right there.
Because the map is also not exactly perfectly top down either. There's still some overlapping of cool assets. See what I did there? Cool. Snowy.
I gotcha.
But you see this site. The thing's climbing up. Coming. Oh, Lord, it's coming. And I guess from where you are, you also see that little snow bunny. That totally helpless snow bunny.
Oh, the red herring at the bottom of the map. I see that.
The blue herring. Veldrin. Wee woo, wee woo.
Would Veldrin have also gotten the sense of it was curious before it got attacked?
Yeah. You know, kind of like you know, if you're playing a zombie game and somebody makes a lot of noise and the zombies turn and start meandering towards.
Mm-hmm. He will shout up the hill to where somebody has been attacking it. He will assume it is his own party, because that's the only people he's seen around.
Actually, no, they
Stop
probably wouldn't have seen it. Damn
attacking.
it. Oh,
It
well.
did not mean harm. And now you've provoked it. We need to calm it down.
I will have damn near killed Gum.
We're probably not winning that fight. And he's gonna use the rope that he and Neovara had tied before coming down to climb back up. Would that be all of his movement? Or
So an item interaction. Move. So you'd still have an action. Because you're tying rope, right? I think that's considered an item interaction. One.
I think they'd already tied the rope. I think so. Vel, you're just climbing back up the rope that you already had.
Yeah.
Like set up. Okay.
Oh, then yeah, you still have an action.
Okay.
Come on.
I'm gonna cast Healing Spirit as a 3rd level spell. I had used this before, and my little nature spirit was a spider. And it is going to. It says until the spell ends, whenever you or a creature you can see moves into the spirit's space for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, you can use the spirit to restore 1d6. But I'm using it as a 3rd, so it's 2d6 for healing.
Nice.
So will it heal both Zed and Gumdra because they're both in the square?
Yep.
Nice. Oh, that's just one. Well, that's Gumdra's healing.
Hey.
And
I
then...
mean, that applies to anybody getting healed.
Okay. I thought it was So it's everybody in that circle or in that square got 12.
So the spell ends whenever you can see moves into this space. Yeah, it's just whoever's in there.
All right, you guys both got 12 hit points back.
I just doubled my hit points.
And the way that I had described it before is that the spider kind of like crawls on you and knits your wounds together with its silk.
Ooh, nice. Zed's gonna notice. He's gonna get creeped out a little bit at first. He's, oh, you fuck. Okay. And probably watch a spider go to where he was trying to do this mediocre job of stitching, and just watch a spider do like a proper closure with with its like, what is it called?
Spirit silk.
Spinneret? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Gum with this spider on them. They're already sick. They're already a little dizzy. They look like they're about to blow chunks all into the snow. And they raise their hand up, and you see like the index finger get pulled back by the thumb, like they're about to just flick this thing onto Zed. And then they realize what's going on is like it's you got to imagine like healing magic. It has to have some kind of like positive vibe to it. This aura of like good is being done to you, health is returning to you. So that's enough to stop them. You just sure love spiders, huh?
I find them comforting.
That's pretty weird, but appreciate it.
And then that is Vel's turn, I believe.
Okay. End of round. Snow Bunny notices all the commotion. Skips over there. Five. And seems like it's hopping off. All right. Come.
Yeah, she loads another arrow into her short bow and just says, "Yep, probably the best thing we can do is just leave it be because there's no way we can." And then I'd like to use steady aim and then shoot with advantage.
All right, go for it.
$17.
That'll hit. Arrow lands right into its snicky buddy.
Okay, that'll be 25 points of damage.
Apply that.
As she makes sure that she is unable to move at all. She's feeling more confident because you got this spider that's healing her. And so the spider's probably on one of the arms. It's like drawing the bowstring back. And this time she really focuses, inhales through her little yak nostrils, and then shoots this thing hard as she can. Good hit, good damage. And she's got this grin about her as if she just really loves violence, right? Just seeing the blood squirt out is enough to make her like squint with glee. And then she just says, "Yep, thanks for patching me up. This will keep me in a little bit longer." And then in my turn.
You
All right.
listening?
What?
Zed just looks at Gum and says, like, were you listening?
Listening to what?
that we were trying
Fuck
to,
Veldrin.
get it to calm down.
No, I wasn't listening. I was busy throwing up and dying in the snow. It's a little hard to focus when this might be your last breath. Your
Girl.
thoughts are flooded with how do I live?
And not killing.
Well, you should have said something.
We did.
I did.
You should have said it in a more interesting way that would have caught
I
my
transformed
attention.
into this, like, girl.
Yeah, I thought it was for a sneak attack.
Girl.
Get up there and slither up and bite it
interesting way.
back.
It's-
Well, I'm listening
Girl.
now. If we want to stop fighting, we can stop fighting now.
Yes.
How about this? I apologize, Snake.
Put down
It
your
was
weapon.
instinct. I'm not putting down my weapon. Fine. She throws her stupid weapon as a free interaction in the snow. Sorry, you would have done the same thing. If I'd accidentally stepped on you, you would have bit me. Have a little compassion here.
Yeah, you're much bigger than us.
All right. So as you hit it with, as you're just like, I kicked it in the shins, and then I said, "Oh, well, maybe I shouldn't be doing this." It does have a reaction to that, and the reaction is seeing its eyes glow blue, and little arcs of lightning, like jumping between its fangs. And five. That's there. That would be that.
Speaking of lightning and stuff like this, as Zed is over here complaining about me, I need to know, did he cut off his witch bolt attack, or is he still electrocuting this thing while lecturing? Isn't that a consistent spell?
It's not. He's still tethered,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like he has to.
He's got the Ghostbuster beam on this snake right now and being like, Gumdra, you don't listen. We're not supposed to keep it. You never stopped.
Well, it's not currently dealing damage. He's already done it.
I can use.
I don't know. I guess in turn order, he hasn't had the opportunity to cancel his spell yet.
Yeah, but that's how I'm seeing it in my
But
mind.
no,
He's
yeah, I
got
get
Sith
you, I get
lightning
you.
going out, and he's like, you got to stop, Gumdra.
Right.
Sorry,
I
go ahead.
do.
He did kind of like point fingers at Gum, but the whole reason he attacked was also because you got attacked. So,
I appreciated the first part.
Okay. So as it, the lightning is tethered to it, it will respond in kind. So I will need a. Let me read it. Pretty sure it's dexterity. Yep, it's dex. A dexterity saving throw, as this just beam of lightning jets out from its mouth. And I need dex saves from Veldrin, Gumdra, and Opal. Because that's 5 feet.
Me? A con save?
Dex.
Dex.
Dex. Okay. Why did my player character thing close? That's annoying.
And Zed, actually.
Yay.
Oh, a +6, and this is what I get. Oh wait.
Okay.
I'm dumb.
That's con.
Yeah, I'm dumb. Should I just re-roll?
Cool.
Clicked the wrong one.
That was an ability check.
Oh my god.
Also, I have an inspiration.
I mean, if we don't want to annul, if we don't want to annul cubes, it goes from a 14 to a 15 with saving throw.
I mean, it was a dex. Still dex base. It's just higher than that roll.
hmm
I have
Alright.
inspiration, Vel, if you want to use it.
That would be appreciated.
Yeah, go for it.
All right, so the only one who would fail would be Zed? 11? Yep. All right. Calculate the damage here. So if you failed, this is the damage you take. And if you pass, you will take half of this. Oh. That's actually pretty below average.
14 damage.
Yep, so Beldrin, you'd only take half. So basically, you pass with a 14. Not by
Yeah, so I
much.
would take 14 damage.
Yeah,
Because it's half rounded up.
round down. Always round down.
Oh, round down. So that's 13.
Evasion, I take 0, right?
If you pass, yes.
I think I did. I got a 19. What was
Yep.
it?
So you jump out of the way, you throw your hands up, and you're just like, all right, well, sorry. And then it just spews this just line of lightning that goes well beyond. Let's see here, let me draw this out. It goes through you guys, and you can hear it like crackle against the stone off 100 feet away.
And yeah, Zed's got evasion as well, so I failed, but I only take half, I guess. I believe.
I think so.
Hey, I got a nat 20 on my saving throw.
Nice.
I mean, you get inspiration.
I don't know. Does that?
It's a
Yeah.
crit, right?
It's a crit on something that matters.
Do I actually?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
If it's like I open a picnic basket and I rolled a nat 20, it's like,
Yeah,
nah,
fair
no.
Yeah, yeah. I
There ain't
gotcha.
no jelly sandwich
Cool.
that good, unless your name is Yogi.
I was about to make a reference to that. I was like, I can think of a scenario where it would be very important for someone.
All right, so it did that, and it's gonna. Okay, yep. Kozik, you saw the snow bunny scamper. Well, actually, it will do something on its turn. It's gonna finish climbing up here. Next to Niavara. And it's actually, yeah, you did do that inspiration on it. So it, after it did the lightning bolt, it seems like it moves up to Yuan Tiavara. But what that represents, that would probably have to be something done on Niavara's turn. Now it's Kozik.
All right. So you say that I saw the bunny scamper away, like it's no longer in my view.
Let's see. It is No, it's in view. You can kind of see it on the other side of this, like, you can see around the tree. It's kind of hopping. Yeah.
Well, I'm intrigued by that because it looked like it was kind of a special rabbit, but also, I feel like I'm kind of far from the action, and I wonder if I would like know to lay down the weapons or whatever. I don't know. Is that like a perception, or do I just role play it, or what do you think?
You know, sometimes role playing it out can net you a better result than a roll.
Well,
Sometimes
I mean,
worse.
I guess I did see, um, I saw Gum like throw down her bow, but then I also saw this thing blast with some lightning or fire or whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and blast one of these constructs or whatever.
All right. Yep, their alarms
'Cause
are
they're-
still blaring.
Yeah, that's highly annoying. And I guess I'll attack two of them. So one will go to the construct at 12 o'clock, and one of them's going to go to the one that's at 9 o'clock there.
I think the one at 12 is Niavara.
Oh, sorry, I meant 6 o'clock. Yeah, I'll get that troublesome one that's at 12 o'clock.
Trouble.
Okay.
There's a Yuan T up there.
I can get it.
Ew.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so both hit.
Yep.
Probably. Okay. 5 and oops. And a 2. So I score a couple hits.
Well, the second
Oh,
was a
crit.
crit.
Oh.
You also got an
Another
inspiration.
1d10.
Let me re-roll that then. All right, 10 then. And I'll take an inspiration. Wow, what abundance we have here. And then I don't know, I'll stay at this remove just so I'm safe from harm, but I do take a look over my shoulder at the rabbit again and I go, "Huh?" And that'll be my turn.
It has stopped and is just looking directly at you. Almost beckoningly so. Zed.
That's okay.
Oh, I was gonna say, Kozik, you do have movement. If you wanted to follow up on that.
I'll stay where I am right now. I'm like, what?
Hmm. Did that affect the alert bots at all?
Nope, it wasn't. Didn't hit any of them.
They're still
They're
Wait,
still
what?
blaring. Are you talking about the Eldritch Blast?
Oh, it didn't shut
Yeah.
him down, but it just hit him.
Yeah, it
I'm
hit
just
him.
wondering if it hit them, yeah, but I'm like, are they? They're still just doing the same thing.
Yep.
They're not. Okay, so they didn't like turn focus and go into attack mode.
Nope. They're just going intruder alert, intruder alert.
So Zed's gonna probably in this short moment look over to Vel. So I can hold off if you want, but what are we trying to communicate with this thing? Are we trying to run? What are we doing?
It would be nice to not have it kill us and be able to get through here safely.
What about those things? No point at the bots that are just
They don't seem to be doing anything other than to be loud.
Would there be a potential check that Zed could do to figure out how to potentially turn these alarms off?
That would be an Arcana check.
Arcana? Okay. And I'm willing to use my action to do so if it is necessary. Well, fuck. I'm going to use my inspiration that I just got. I'll take an 18.
Well, one way to do it is to smash this crap out of him.
Yeah,
But
I mean, he's aware of that.
the other way to do it that's probably requires less time and energy would be to try and potentially find their power off button or whatever mechanism that it is that, you know, that they would have. Because obviously they were powered down before, so that means there is an off switch in some capacity. It's just a matter of,
Mhm.
you know, getting up to them and finding where that switch would be.
And so Zed doesn't. You said that they were parts in a box and formed, and that's what Bell and Niavara witnessed. Zed obviously didn't see that. So with that being said, I guess he'll in response to kind of what Bell was saying, well, let's hold off then. He'll kind of glance over at Gum. Is he going to take any extra movement to get down here? Can I use that rope?
I'd say sliding down is probably not a big.
Because if we have a rope, I guess, that they attach to this tree. So he would, and Vel climbed up the rope. Zed would probably climb down. If not, he would just.
I mean, you can
wing
get
it.
down there regardless of how much movement speed you have.
Okay. Cool. So he'll come down. Wasn't it with the healing spirit at the start of our turns, we get healed again?
Yeah, if you're still in there.
So I think me and Gum would have gotten an extra heal.
Should I roll 2d6?
Yes.
Sweet. Okay. Take all that I can get.
Yeah, I
Hell
think it
yeah.
would be normally you'd be rolling separate just because it's triggering on different turns.
Mm-hmm.
But since we're kind of being like, oh yeah, shoot, we forgot, we'll just go with that. All right.
So yeah, he's moving out of there. He's just gonna, I'm assuming, use his action to do the check, and he's gonna focus on the on these things.
All right, Niavara. You are up. Quick sleepyhead check. Or stepped away check. Niavara. Snake lady.
Now is she just struggling to find her microphone, or do I need to go poke her with a stick?
I think she may need a poke.
BRB.
I mean, we're just about there. Oh, something lit up.
Yeah.
You are up. This thing is
I
right
am
next to
back
you.
up. It is.
And you wanted to
That
do
is the
some
influence
diplomacy?
action.
Yep.
Yep. The influence action. There's no diplomacy check. This is not Pathfinder. Do not mess up my
It's
Pathfinder skills.
persuasion.
Yeah. Which Nevar does not have innately. Even missing her +2 from being in a changeling form. Or whatever it is.
Oh, your changeling thing. Yeah, I think you roll that again, right? Because of the
No, it's
new
just
changeling
it's
thing.
an innate one. I think it's just where are you? Where would it be? It's an innate thing. Racial features.
Yeah, changeling instincts. Thanks to your connection to the Fey realm. I
Just-
see you get fashion shape changer.
No, that's not it. Where are you? Wait, I just have the book. Let's just pop open the book.
I thought it was something that you have like advantage on.
Aha! 1 second. Eberron who forged the Artificer when they reprinted Changeling.
Mhm.
You have an advantage on charisma checks. Yep.
Yep.
Now, I'm unlikely to get a better one than a 23 or 21. But who knows? Stranger things have happened. Nope, but it did give me the same one.
It was meant to be.
It was
So,
meant to be.
okay. And what are you saying to it? Or doing? Or
Hands wide saying, hey, sorry, we did not mean to. You've scared us. You've scared them. We were not trying to attack. I'm sorry.
okay. So as you say that, there's a hiss, and it utters some words in a language that. See, does anybody speak Abyssal?
Let me check.
Kozak should with his little crown if he's wearing it.
He has to
My
activate it though.
helmet, but I'm pretty far away, and I might have to actually activate it. I'm not sure.
Does Abyssal count as primordial or not?
Primordial's
No, this is
elementals.
different.
Dang.
I've got deep speech, but not abyssal.
Wait, isn't Deep Speech Abyssal?
Nope, they're different.
The fuck is Deep Speech? Okay. No.
Deep speech is aliens.
All right, all right. So with that persuasion and things behind the scenes and the use of a inspiration as part of this influence action, it just hisses, utters something in Abyssal, and then starts to slither back down into the hole. Meanwhile, the alarms are still blaring, and Neavara, you can give me an insight check. It was meant to be.
It was fated.
So with your insight, with its speaking a language you don't know, its actions, its body movement. I mean, you've probably dealt with plenty of snakes and caves and whatnot, but this one has a level of sentience that goes beyond that. Very. Let me check. Yeah, very intelligent. me see here. What's your intelligence? Yeah. You get the feeling that this thing is probably smarter than you with the 21.
Most things are.
But there is a level of fear in its emotion, in its movement, and the original hesitation that it had wasn't it pausing to consider what it was going to do. It was pausing it was pausing as a reaction to being scared of doing something. I.e., it was afraid of you for some reason.
Well, yeah, we're a bunch of people coming into its cave.
No. I'll specify. It was afraid of you specifically only after you turned into Miss Moonblade.
Oh shit! Tio, what have you done?
Horrific.
Nice.
And it essentially just climbs back down into its pit and burrows itself. Like you see it burrow into the dirt and displace it again. And now you kind of realize like why this area is not covered in snow. This thing, right? Because this thing lives down here. That goes away, leaving you with a beckoning bunny and blazing bots. But you still have movement, I guess. As you see Zed jump down and start to investigate these things going off.
Should move back over to them and explain. So we were exploring this little campsite. We found a couple interesting things.
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
Yeah, and then these things set off. It's
Can
scared
I-
of Moonblade for whatever reason.
As Neovar is explaining, Zed's gonna try and start tinkering. Can I potentially use my thieves' tools to figure out a way to shut these things off?
I don't think these tools would work in this circumstance because there's a lot of like turning gears and moving parts and like it's
just like
a lot more.
thematically,
Yeah.
because
Maybe
that's the
Opal's
only
tools.
real like tools that he's got.
I think it's just Tinker's tools.
Well, I mean, he said
Opals.
thematically. Thematically speaking, yeah, like you're trying to, you stick the tools, like try and get the tools in there, and kind of realize like you try and like finagle one of the picks into maybe like trying to stop a gear, trying to like unlodge, like dislodge something. Oh, and my game just did a thing. Hold on.
What was that?
Oh, my got logged out for some reason. Logging back in. But yeah, so you're trying to figure this out. I guess you can give me an investigation, unless you're actively trying. Like, I imagine you're poking around to see if you can use your tools. Or are you trying to
Well,
like actively?
Yeah, I guess should have done investigation first. My thought process was, as
Weird.
Neovar is trying to explain the situation to the rest of us, these things are blaring, and so Zed is going to be trying to shut them off.
Okay.
So yeah,
So if you're trying to shut them off, that's gonna be a. So, how are you going about trying to shut them off? Because if you're trying to do it like physically, then that would be like a sleight of hand.
yeah. Do you want me to do an investigation first to try and figure out how, or because I mean,
Yeah.
He's not just trying to brute force it. He's just not trying to. He's not trying to interrupt Niavara while these things are interrupting Niavara. He's trying to get them to shut the fuck up.
All right. So an investigation to see if you can figure out how to turn these things off.
Okay. That's a 7.
That is indeed a 7.
He's gonna go brute force it now.
Oh.
So sleight of hand.
When it comes around to. Oh yeah, because technically we're still in order. Because I was Niavara doing that. I kind of want to play out the rest of the round.
Yeah, you're good.
But we'll say, yeah, we'll say you did that.
He's looking around to try and figure out how to shut these off.
All right, so Niavara did that. You're looking at that. Opal. Let everybody get a chance this turn.
Me?
Yep, so you see Zed trying to figure out how to shut these things off.
And you probably see him getting nowhere.
Got excited.
Do I have to jump down a cliff to go help him?
I mean, it's
Or
nothing
move
too
down a
crazy.
cliff to help him? Alrighty, then
There's
I'll
a rope.
move to go help him.
All right. So you're going to mosey
And-
down.
Check. Yep.
And there are 3 kind of crudely made automatons, just eyes flashing like police sirens, just like wee woo wee woo, intruder alert, and just making all sorts of noise and probably, alerting a lot of other creatures around the area.
And we're looking for a way to turn them off. Alrighty. Investigation, right?
Yep.
19.
Oh yeah, you figured that out pretty quickly.
Nice.
You are the correct person for this job. Not only are you a crafter, you are also a construct, and you also have Tinker's tools. So between those 3 things combined, you know exactly how to switch these things off. And with a 19, you know to such a degree that you just walk up to it and you just like crumple some paper.
Sorry.
And you can just, if you want, because this was, because that was investigation. I mean, it's an item interaction at this point. You know how to just flick their switches off. Like, you know where their switches are. Just, between underneath this plate in this spot over here. And just with your Tinker's tools as a free interaction, you could just flip them.
If I may, DM, I'm imagining Opal just sliding down the rope, pulling out her Tinker's tools, just finds a seam in their neck, fiddles around just a little bit, and then the first one turns off.
Yep.
As she just does it to all 3 of them in quick succession, considering they're all made similarly.
Well, you got to this one on the left.
Fair.
Veldrin. You saw one of these things get turned off. Niavara conveyed interesting information. And I'd say since Opal has sort of revealed where their off switches are, you guys could effectively just, if we want to not waste time doing turns, we can just sort of have you guys go and flip them off. Now that you kind of know where it is.
He'll turn this one off.
All right. So we'll just speed along. You guys flip the last one off. They all power down, and when they power down, they break back into their base components, and it's almost like the parts sort themselves back into the crate. As if to say not necessarily the trap, but as to say the mechanism is reset.
Well, that was weird.
It's not the only weird thing we found. There was also a music box that played a song Miavara and I both remember.
Oh,
And I guess you guys would be consolidating now as we're out of combat.
Mm.
And Kozik.
Does anybody need?
clothing.
Does anybody else need some healing? Anybody hurt in that encounter?
Oh, yeah, healing. How many turns are left on your healing spadooters?
One more.
So,
I think it does 3 turns.
okay. So, whoever's in it for one more turn, I guess. So, I think that would be at least Gum. So roll 2d6 for Gum, and then unless Zed want to sprint back into it real quick.
nah. He's over here trying to mess with these.
All right, so Gum gets
Cards.
5 more health. And I think that's where we can wrap up the session, as I know people got the sleeps.
Thank you for session.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yep.
Also, hi.
Yeah, it's good to see-
I'm
good to
sorry
have
I've
you
been
back,
gone
Opal.
for so long. I've only been gone for what? 10 weeks? 9 weeks?
Seems like only yesterday. It's no big deal.
I am very sorry though.
All right. So, with that being said, thank you guys for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you watching. I want to wrap it up at the 3-hour mark because people need sleep because we start late. So for those of you, on the Yubles Tubles, we do this every Tuesday. Tuesday at 7:30/7:40 Pacific. And we do it over on Twitch, Twitch TV/Cube222. I also do variety games, so yeah. Yeah. So like I said, we do this on Twitch every Tuesday at 7:30/7:40 Pacific. Tomorrow we be back at it variety at 6 o'clock as we usually do. And yeah. Guess I will bid you all adieu. And till next time, try not to party too hardy. And till next time, peace out.